Hey everybody, I want to go over the business plan project that we've been working on this semester. I'm going to share my screen um, briefly and then I'm going to switch. Actually, you're going to see a couple of things. So in week 14, the two things that we have to do are um, a discussion question and the rough draft for our business plan. I'm um, so you see that in the week 14 folder here. I am also Let me switch my screen. I'm going to, in that folder is this outline. So you're going to see this twice in the rough draft, which is due in week 14, and then the actual project itself that's due in week 15 when we get back from Thanksgiving. Um, this is an outline of absolutely everything that is being asked of you. Before you panic, we've done all of it except for one thing. You've completed all of it. I'm asking you to take the things that you've done and put it in one document. If you want to use this as an outline, please feel free to do so. If you missed an assignment, let me back that up. If you missed one of the assignments that's on this list, you're going to have to go back and do it so that you don't lose points again in this because every individual item is graded for a second time. So when you did it the first time, so when you did your positioning and mission statements the first time in week, I don't know what week was it, 6? Um, so I graded those and I gave feedback. Some of us might have gotten 100 or a 95, and you got a good job and this was great and high five in the feedback for me. There were others that I would have said, this part's good, but change this or fix this or update that or whatever. The expectation for this final project is that you're taking the feedback that I gave you and fixing whatever I'm asking you to fix, and then putting that updated version in this. Does that make sense? Um, okay, so you're gonna have to go back and retrieve. The requirement is that all these typed assignments like this, the ones not in Stu-Kent and not discussion questions, they have to be in Microsoft Word. There's 100 reasons for that. One of them is for an easy retrieval and copying and pasting merging documents. Um, because you need to pull all of those up that's on this list, and I'll go over them in just a second, and put them here. So here is the outline. You will need a business description, your positioning statement, your mission statement, your target market, your placement, your promotion, and your startup cost. Okay? We've done all of these, minus one. The one we haven't done is business description, and we have kind of done it in several different places. I've asked for give me one line about your business and then tell me the assignment that we're talking about. And that was to help keep me remembering your business as I was grading the new thing that I was grading. Likewise, there's been a couple of discussion questions that you've been able to share your business idea. So you've kind of done it, but not in a typed written assignment where that's the one thing being graded. Now, so I say that to say this business description section right here that you see on the screen, that is new-ish to you, but it will be the only new thing other than making a cover page for this document that you have to create. And it's only one paragraph. You can do two paragraphs if you want. I'm not going to count off for that. It doesn't need to be a page though. Okay. The business description itself doesn't need to be a page. This business plan is not a detailed, comprehensive business plan like we do in the small business management class. That one is long. Some of those business plans that we write in that class can take 10, 15 pages. This one might take 2 or 3, maybe. It's short, but there's purpose in that. It's our first time. It's the first class in the sequence of entrepreneurship classes. So you don't want to start off with the hardest project. So this is a short business plan that we've been building along the way. In your business description, you're going to write a paragraph that describes this business, product, or service idea that you have. Explain it. Don't sell it. You're not advertising. Your words should not be, this is the greatest barbershop in town. No, it's not. It's a barbershop. Explain the services that you provide. You're telling someone that's never heard of your company what your company does, actually, not figuratively. So, in a paragraph, maybe 2, explain. Don't start with, I want to do this, or I'm going to do this and I've named it this name because. We want to write in third person. So, you want to start off with not using the word I, me, we. You want to start off maybe with the business name itself, and you write from the perspective of the business, not of the owner necessarily. So you would say, April's Hair Salon is located in Sherwood, Arkansas, and provides la da 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 da, and our key service is the 10-minute haircut for men. And okay, that's not an advertisement, and I'm not selling. I'm explaining. It was a boring explanation, but I was doing it off the cuff. So, your business description. It doesn't have to be incredibly long, but it does need to give enough detail to explain what it is that your company does. Okay? Now, before I move on, you'll notice I have paragraph headers here. These are paragraph headers right here. They don't necessarily have to be underlined, but they need to be above the paragraph or above the section that you're talking about that thing. So it's labeled. In business documents, we label everything. In an English essay, you're not allowed to label anything except maybe give it a title. This is not an English essay. It's a business document. And in business documents, we need to make sure that we label the things. In theory, a business plan is usually seen in front of an investor or a loan officer or something like that. You don't want them hunting for information. In business, we need information quickly. So you outline it that way. You give it headers, you label them, whatever. It doesn't have, we're not talking fancy and pretty. We're talking make sure nothing gets lost. So for that purpose, we use paragraph headers or paragraph descriptors. However, you need to label that. I don't care. If you want, you can use this document, keep the paragraph headers, delete my directions, and then place your business description here and place your positioning statement here. That way you don't accidentally leave something off. Okay? So, business description is the only new thing, and it's only new-ish. The rest of them we've done, and in the directions under each one of these sections, I tell you, we did this in week 6. If you didn't get any feedback and you got 100 on this, great. Whatever you did there is good. Copy and paste and put it there, and that part's done. If you didn't get 100 or a really high score, then there's probably something you need to fix. Okay? Go back and read the feedback that I sent you. Many of us are not reading the feedback. Once you get a grade, you're supposed to go in and see what I said. Make sure that you're fixing and updating what I'm telling you to fix and update. Once it's done, put the updated version here. Delete my instructions, put the updated version here. Got it? Same thing with mission. It says, hey, we did this in week 6. If you did not do any of these assignments and instead you took a 0, you still got to go back and do it. So you would need to seek out the week 6 folder, for example, to get the detailed instructions that you need to complete the thing that you missed. So make sure that you're aware of that as you're moving forward. If there's something you didn't do, you're going to have to go do it anyway. Now, so you just delete all of my instructions, copy and paste your updated version here. Leave the paragraph headers there. If there aren't paragraph headers, I'm going to send it back to you. They're required. Okay. Now, same thing with mission statement. That was in week 6 also. We did both of these in week 6. Target market was week 9. Again, if you didn't do it, you got to do it anyway, but go check your grade. Did you get a really good grade? Several people got a really good grade. There were others that I said, hey, this part's good, but you need to fix this, or update that, or redo this, but add this in there instead. Okay? I try to give detailed feedback for this purpose. That way you've got all the information that you need to update what you need to update so that you can turn it in for the final project. Okay. So target market was week 9. Placement and promotion were week 13. We did them together. They were in the same document and we turned these two in on the same piece of paper. And you'll remember from that assignment, I said you had to have paragraph headers for that too. So check you got 1 grade for placement and promotion, but check that feedback because if your placement was great, I would have said placement's good, but on promotion, fix this. So go and look that up, okay? Last, we had startup costs. That was in week 11. Again, if you got a great grade, copy and paste it right here. Just make sure you're deleting my directions. If you didn't do it, you got to go back and do it. The detailed instructions are in the weekly assignment itself. So you would click on the week 11 folder, click on the startup costs assignment, and then the detailed instructions are there. Things to remember. You have to use paragraph headers. You have to. Hard stop. I'm going to send it back to you if you don't. Check for spelling capitalization. Make sure the font doesn't change. You want I don't care what the font is. Size 12 preferably. Don't get crazy and do a size 22 and it takes up 20 pages. We don't need that. It's a business document. Most professional business documents are size 12 font or size 11, and it's not something fancy. I'm not going to tell you which font to use. If you're worried about that, Times New Roman is fine. Okay? If you have a default on your computer that's not Times New Roman, fine, use it. I'm not picky about that. Just it can't be a fancy one. Create a cover page. A cover page, number 1, should be on page 1. It's the cover of the document. It's the first thing that is seen. If you already have a logo that you've created, then that first page can literally be the name of your company and the logo centered in the middle of the page. Great, you're done. Perfect. It's a cover page. If you don't have anything like that, I'm not asking you to go create a logo. That cover page would just in the middle, in larger font, you would say the name of your business, your name, business plan project, introduction to entrepreneurship, centered in the middle. It doesn't have to be fancy. I'm not looking for pretty. I'm looking for you to create a cover page and making sure that you're creating one. Many, many business documents outside of just business plans require cover pages. I've been in many meetings and boardrooms and high level situations and almost everything. When we're going to talk about something important and they're handing out documents for everyone to review, almost all of them have a cover page on them. So you're required to put a cover page on this document. Again, I'm not going to grade you on how pretty it is. If you have a logo, use it. If you want to create a logo, use it. Fine. I'm not asking you to create a logo if you don't have one. You can just put the name of your business, your name, class name, whatever, in the center of that cover page and be done. Okay? Now, how are you going to be graded? When this is graded, this is what you're going to be graded on. Your cover page, 20 points. If you don't turn in a cover page on the first page of the document, it's a 0. Cover page, the cover page requirement is kind of all or none. Very rarely is there an occasion where you would get partial credit. And I'll tell you the one time I remember doing it. I had someone do a project and their cover page was good, but the business description itself should start page 2, and they put the business description at the bottom of their cover page. That's not okay. The cover page is a one and only thing. There's nothing else on that paper. And then you need to start the business description on page 2. Outside of that, the cover page requirement, you either get all the points or you don't. So make sure you have a cover page, your business description. All the rest are also worth 20 points. Notice here, grammar and spelling, paragraph usage. I'm not an English teacher in the sense that I'm grading really hard, but every sentence better be capitalized. Every proper word better be capitalized. The word I better be capitalized. Guys, all of the punctuation should be there. You're in college. This should not be a thing. So make sure you're checking all of that before you turn it in. Formatting. Formatting. If you are using my outline here and you're deleting all of the instructions and stuff, and you're just copying and pasting your stuff, you'll notice that the outline of the startup cost, like the paragraph headers, they're all uniform. They're all the same. Times New Roman size 12. They're bold and underlined. I'm not asking you to use those exact things, but don't make this one size 16 and this one size 12. That's visually, you can see the difference very quickly. Also, you'll notice that my paragraphs here are single spaced. I'm not telling you you have to be single spaced. I'm saying whatever it is that you're doing needs to be uniform throughout. I'm sorry. So your formatting needs to be uniform, whatever it is that you're choosing. It needs to be in black font. It does not need to be in red or purple or pink or whatever. We're not going for fancy. We're going for a business document. Okay. So cover page. Um, if you want to add page numbers, if you're getting on to page like 3, you can add page numbers if you want. It's not a requirement, but I'll let you make that choice. But make sure everything is uniform. Okay. So that's what you're being graded on. Um, it will be due the week we get back from Thanksgiving, so you can work on it during Thanksgiving if you want. The rough draft is due next week, this week, at the end of this week. Um, and the purpose of the rough draft is to get feedback. You can send me the whole thing, and I'm going to give you some feedback. I'm going to be like, you forgot your cover page, or hey, no, you need to change this, or hey, you left off promotion. You put placement, but you didn't put promotion. Or you put the positioning and mission statement together, but only had one paragraph header. I'm going to tell you to split them up. So I'm going to give some feedback for you to fix before you turn the final one in. Um, I encourage all of you to do the rough draft. Also, if you need bonus, I'm giving bonus for turning in the rough draft. Make this worth your time. Use this as an opportunity to get, and these are good bonus points. These aren't little. This will be a section of good bonus points. The last time I did bonus, I think it was 10 points. This is going to be more than that. So, all right. That's what's that's what's going on with the business plan. So the rough draft, the directions for the rough draft and the final project are identical. Just make sure you're turning in the rough draft so that I can get them graded and give them back to you with feedback so you can get the highest score possible when it's time to turn in your final one after Thanksgiving. So, okay, that's the business plan project. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I think you're going to do great. Don't get frustrated. I'm here to help. So work ahead so that you can ask me anything you need to ask me. Otherwise, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.